that one is clearly represented through there.
It's just grooming, it's just it's hard to getting skin.
Well, everybody, this is Monty, Blues and Royals horse, being prepared by the trooper for this morning. A lot of you are probably wondering if we're at Horse Guards. We're not at Horse Guards. This is Hyde Park Barracks with the Blues and Royals stables, which are on the second floor here at Hyde Park Barracks.
Sure. Would you do intermediate form?
Varies.
Extraordinary. We've seen Monty many times on King's Lifeguard duty. Excuse me, folks, over at Horse Guards. Absolutely pristine this morning. It's code. Troops are preparing for the Elizabeth Cup. They're going to be judging this morning as well.
Yeah, no, just like stuffed up. I've got a scratchy patchy there.
So what's happening at Hyde Park this morning is the judging of the annual Princess Elizabeth Cup for the best turned out troopers. And the winners, whether it will be Blues and Royals or the Lifeguards, will meet the King at the Royal Windsor Horse Show in May, when the overall winner is presented with the cup. It was created by Princess Elizabeth, our late greatly departed and Miss Queen in 1949, then Princess Elizabeth. Yeah, so that's Monty. Looking magnificent. In the tack room.
Yeah, I was just about to do that myself.
Oh, hey, morning.
Troops, don't let us get in the way, just do what you need to do. We'll move around you.
Still got where we are.
We're just doing all the
Notice how perfect the kid is this morning, folks. Not that it isn't perfect every morning, but this morning in particular. And of cleaning products, extraordinary. Boots are immaculate.
You can see the reflection and the definition there between the black and the
That's
silver.
really extraordinary, isn't it? Good lord. There's the cuirasses. I've never seen them look so clean. The
The
gauntlets.
gauntlets, yeah, the cuirasses.
Good lord. Extraordinary. How much work goes into all of it? This is the tack room for one troop, folks. Blues and Royals, Royal Household Cavalry Mounted Regiment. I walk around slowly because there are lots of press people that are here today as well. Looking at the prep, extraordinary access we've got today to have a real look behind the scenes proper here at Hyde Park. As I say, this is one of the tack rooms in the stable area of Blues and Royal stables. All the head kit is hanging at the end. I'll try and show you that in a moment, ready for the horses. But look at this, thoroughly extraordinary to be up this close. Scabbard, sword. The little pouch, folks, I'm not going to touch on this, it's completely perfectly polished. That is the cartouche. See the crossbelt and the little pouch is the cartouche. Used to be for ammo in the old days, gunpowder, etc. It's largely or purely ceremonial. In fact, let me check. Can I ask you something? The cartouche on the belt is purely ceremonial now.
Previously, it would have been used to carry ammunition.
But no practical function now.
Nowadays, you might put your cigarettes in it.
Or
your phone in it, or whatever.
So it still gets some use.
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. And look at these as well, folks. Wow.
Maybe don't film the bin.
Here's the headgear for the horses. And yep, I'm going to avoid the bin.
That thing.
Oops.
I were actually dry last night.
I had benders.
Yeah. Trooper Blackwell.
You can see the definition here on the white, how every hole in the stitching has been made so that it's clear. And the definition between white and black there.
It really is extraordinary, isn't it, to see it up this close. Yeah, I didn't know what they're called. The gold strips, what are these things over here? I've never seen those before.
Those are the crass, they're called, what are the things called? The scales.
Fish scales.
The scale.
Fish
They're known
scales.
as scales because they look like
Scales?
fish scales, but
Oh, wow.
they attach your back crass to your front crass.
Okay, that's a new one. Okay, one
Some
second.
order. You don't buy them in
Oh,
winter?
oh, they're actually painting the hooves. Look at this.
So that's varnish.
Varnishing the hoof. Hoof oil, oiling the hooves. Got there in the end. Not painting or varnishing, guys. They're oiling the hooves.
So you can see on that hoof there, it's stamped RHGD, that's Royal Horse Guards from Dragoons, i.e. the Blues and Royals. And then on the other hoof, there is a number stamped, and that number identifies that horse. Back in the days when horses were used in war, if your horse was killed in action, you'd have to bring your hoof back to prove that it had been killed and had been sold to a French farmer.
Wait, they have to chop the hoof off?
Yeah, so the farriers still carry axe on parade.
Oh, good lord.
Use that. Sorry.
It's okay. Extraordinary. Trying to avoid getting obviously the troop boards or the lists on the film, so I'm trying to be as careful as possible. This way. Oh, that's extraordinary scenes here. Blues and Royal Stables, Hyde Park Barracks here in Knightsbridge. The absolute perfection of the horse. I'm tempted, everybody. I can't see the number on the horse's hoof. I don't know which horse.
5, is it? 5, sir, 05.
Number
5.
5.
Northumberland.
Northumberland. Aha, another familiar face, guys. So we just had Montgomery at the other end, and here we've got Northumberland. Look at this.
Trooper still got is usually a trumpeter.
Extraordinary. I'm often wondering, folks, how much work goes in behind the scenes before they're ready to go over to guard duty at Horse Guards. I hope that answers the question. Typical morning here. However, with the added pressure of the fact that there is a prep for the Princess Elizabeth Cup, we will be seeing more of that a little bit later, everybody. Northumberland looking absolutely spectacular this morning. Wow. Beauty, beauty, beauty. I'm not sure which is the other horse. I love the way the officer knew immediately straight away without looking at the board from the number which horse it was. Eventually, folks, we'll hopefully get to that point where we'll be able to look or look at the number and say, hey, this is blah blah straight away. Super chill. In fact, this is one of the most easygoing of the horses. Look, really happy. How perfect is the coat? Troopers have been up for hours already since early this morning, getting the horses ready that are going to be taking part in today's competition and the judging a little bit later. It's in the back, saddle going up.
Preparation started at 6 o'clock this morning in these yards.
6 a.m. this morning, good lord. Almost 4 hours they've been up working on the horses. Even the horses started looking a little bit of a yawn.
He's on the telephone. Skirt down the right hand side.
Oh, hold on a second. Is the... Ah, look, even the odd hoof with the sock. I'm not sure, actually, guys, if it's a sock or a coronet. Horsey folk, you can confirm for me. I think it's a sock. Notice, even the sock is getting its own coat of varnish. Different colour, of course. Clear varnish. A lot of this will be very familiar to you horsey folks. It is remarkable to see it up this close. I can't see, unfortunately, which is the other horse just behind. Another beauty, absolutely. I'm not going to walk behind Northumberland either because you know what? Even though he's a general giant, you just know it'll be an off day and I'll get booted.
Don't worry about it. Do what you need to do. we move downstairs.
Everybody please move, please.
Stable area, folks. Following through.
And then
They're all a bit the same downstairs.
Extraordinary. Okay.
right, who are we missing? Yeah. I will.
I'm going to head back out, guys. I'll be resuming the video again shortly.
You can see they've wrapped all the leathers in cling film to stop any dust going on it.
Good lord, look at this, folks. The leathers have been wrapped in cling film just to make sure it's completely perfect. Also got the blanket, white blanket. Extraordinary.
Yeah, and it can very quickly go wrong if a horse makes a wrong move or somebody drops something.
Have you done that side? Yeah.
Yeah. We're just going to squeeze past if that's alright to you and then keep out your way.
Second, everybody. Oh. Sorry.
Use the mustard here, you can get a footage of this. Back into this horse.
Oh, that's a very good point. Try not to stand anywhere near the back of any of the horses, guys, for obvious reasons. We all know what might happen. Hopefully it never would, but... So this is lifeguard stables. We've gone from Blues and Royals down to the lifeguard stables. Blues and Royals are on the second floor. Lifeguards are, as it were, in the basement. One level below. Incredible.
No, not yet, not yet. It's got to be on the tan. What? Point down? Yeah. No, I said when we get in there.
Are we in there?
When we're in
Right,
there.
what do you take to do things baby oil?
Good lord.
This is baby oil being
Super
applied.
hectic.
Got it here, new one. Put it in.
So when you got a bag, re-polish those, re-polish it, take it off, re-polish, re-polish.
You got a sponge or something?
You need a sponge?
So much going on here this morning.
More? Is the upstairs?
I'm not sure which horse it is, folks. Let me see if I can see from the hoof number. Can I ask you which horse? Which horse we have behind you?
So that's Reaper.
Reaper. Lancelot.
Right, Q, we're ready for the headkits on.
Thank you.
Yes. Let's do it.
So Reaper, folks. We saw Reaper over on all. Look, Reaper, yeah. We remember you, don't we, Reaper? Yes, we do. Lifeguard duty just a few days ago.
Okay, you're about to see the head kits get put on.
Head kit going on, everybody. Here, look. Immaculately prepared head kit. Quite extraordinary.
It's called Reaper.
Now, Reaper is a good boy, as we know, everybody. So hopefully it'll be straight on. Notice even the latex gloves to make sure there's not a single mark, not a smudge.
So you'll have a troop of about 30 horses. Those horses.
Sounds like,
But for today, you'll choose not farm horses. You know, keep on clean.
Lots of comings and goings. It's crazy busy here this morning. Really, really, really busy.
you attach that, then you can take it off. What's that? I want that right there, is attached to the game side.
I'm very careful. I just noticed that Lancelot's right next to me on my left. Massive force. Look. Danger those legs would do, folks.
Are you happy with the horses?
Yeah? You need to start finishing off in 15 minutes. They need to be lined up on the ramp, going across.
Almost stood in a bunch of you know what behind me.
Cool, we'll get out of the way, team. We'll go and have a look at the examples of kit on the inspection. Where is...
Okay, goodbye Lancelot and good luck for today. Looks super happy, look. What a beauty, eh? Magnificent.
If you head in there, you'll see the drum horses.
Ah, the drum horses. Oh, look at this. That's a happy
Can you do
horse.
us a massive favour and just get one of them out of the stable so we can get some pictures? Thank you.
Gosh, it's massive.
So Harry's going to come out so you can get an idea of his size.
Harry's very
I've never seen this horse. It's a giant horse.
The size of his stable.
It's 18 hands, 18.2 even. Massive.
How big's Harry?
Really?
21 hands.
Oh, good lord.
So Harry's his stable name.
Okay.
All of the drum horses are named after classical gods.
Okay.
Because classical mythology.
If we take him down,
I had no idea there were any horses this large in HCAV. This is massive. Goodness me. He is a beast. Harry.
And you see a big difference between these horses and the chargers that we've been looking at.
Yeah, exactly.
In that
He looks after him.
the chargers, everything is
One
cut
of
with
them.
precision. So the tails are got precision. These are left natural, so they've got a beautiful look.
So they wear the rank of major when on.
Yeah, that's the longest forelock I've ever seen.
The other horses have a rank, or is it just
Look at
they're
that.
troopers?
They're troopers.
Oh, folks, the horses are troopers. They have an official rank. All of the horses that we're looking at here, this is Juno in the box, are troopers. Every horse is a trooper. Okay, that's another a new fact.
Female drum horse.
Female drum, wow.
Women in the army.
Oh, look at this, guys. We have a mare. Juno is a mare. Oh, so they don't denote it on the stable things whether or not the horse is a mare or a gelding.
Well, the name gives it a name.
It's funny because some people have told me before that certain horses, for example, Young Man is a mare, but then other people have said, hold on a second, they wouldn't name a mare Young Man, so I'm still a little on the fence. Goodness me. This massive horse in this box, everybody, is Perseus. What a name. Good heavens.
So they're all named after gods and figures from classical.
Seems appropriate, doesn't it, horses like this? They absolutely look surreal. Guys, look at this. Is it 20 hands, 21 hands?
Just under 21.
Just under 20. Oh my good lord. 21 hands. The biggest horse I've ever seen.
Yeah, just under.
Massive. What do you think, equestrians? How many of you would be happy riding a horse of this size? He is an absolute mammoth of a horse. Beautiful. Look, a little bit shy. That forelock. It's okay. Magnificent. We've seen a lot of beauties in HCAV before, but this is a whole different world, isn't it?
He starts to realise how big he is now.
Big soft there. Just look on the box again. Atlas. Atlas.
Regimental name, yeah.
Aha.
Harry's like
So
what's
Nick-
his remap name?
Nickname Harry. His actual name, folks, is Atlas. What an absolute beauty. Goodness me. Extraordinary.
Yeah, if everyone follows on. Thanks very much.
Okay, goodbye, Atlas. Hey, thank you very much. Wow. Atlas, Perseus, goodbye. And the mare in this very large box here is Juno. Goodness me. Who have we got here? Oh, we've got Apollo. Hey, beauty. Look at you. Good morning. Guys, you always wanted to see me touch the horse or stroke the horse. There it is. Okay, happy now. I haven't got horseophobia. Good morning, beautiful. Big softy, look. A massive forelock. Apollo. Wow. So we've seen the absolute gods of HCAV horses this morning. You know I'm not easily surprised, guys, but this is just absolutely extraordinary. Really is extraordinary. Apollo. Wow. Magnificent.
Not for a little bit, and the kit demonstration is at 10:30.
Let's go.
They'll do that just before they go.
Okay, so we're just going out. Again, folks, I will need to pause briefly. When we're moving around in the barracks, of course, I won't be filming where we're going until we get there. Back shortly. Just a very quick resumption, folks, as we're still moving. The Blues and Royals just preparing to ride out shortly for King's Lifeguard over at Horse Guards. Mounted up, final checks, etc. And then they'll be off across the parade ground. Luckily, the sun came out. It's been pouring down all night, all day yesterday, pretty much. Horrid weather. But luckily, just at the right moment, as usual, bingo, the rain stops. Ladies officers inspecting the horse, etc. Remarkable scenes here, eh? Really. Thank you. Here's a better view of what's going on this morning. Look at this. Talking past the squadron officers and so on the left.
So yeah, we've just had confirmation that the inspection is going to be outside, which is good.
Ah, brilliant. Okay, guys, so outside in the sunshine after all. Much better for the lighting.
Yeah.
Notice at the front, I can't see it, folks, but behind me at the front gate, the police horses are already waiting. A couple of very familiar police horses waiting there for to escort the Blues and Royals as they go over toward Horse Guards Parade. Thank you. Okay, to the mess area, folks.
So
now.
yeah, this is the warrant officers, non-commissioned officers mess. We're here by invitation of the Regimental Court Major.
Goodness gracious, extraordinary. Here it is. Warrant officers and non-commissioned officers. Mess. Light is extraordinary, in fact, as it's through the windows.
Susie, so they're in a brief here, but we'll move in behind them because they're having a brief on the kit. We just ask everyone to just keep noise down.
Okay, you probably know that, folks.
They're on catch up. We'll
No-
move
no
inside,
speaking
they're
by
having
me.
briefs, so we just keep the noise down and we'll just work around that.
Okay, thank you. We're going up? Yeah. You following?
It's extraordinary, look at this.
Looking for clean bits might be a bit difficult, but again, no dead brasso in the backs, making sure that it's nice and shiny. And there's a lot of detail in the peninsular brasses at the sides. There's a lion sort of detailing in words as well. We get a lot of green or just bits of dirt stuck in the sides. So finding different areas of it and hoping that the troopers have managed to get different parts of it quite like picked out almost, so that we can see the lion in the middle, and then it's all nice and shiny as well. We don't want it looking any duller than this. It's quite dark in here, so we want it a nice sort of golden colour rather than a yellowish gold. And then the head sword as well, we've got silver pieces on the top, so they want to be as silver as they can chain. So this is just a little extra that goes on the back. This is quite difficult to get clean as we've got all the different links and the connecting parts here. They tend to get quite rusty, so if they're yellow or orange, it means that the troopers have not really put in a lot of effort with this. It is quite difficult to get clean, but there are ways around it. So then we've got the stake reins. So these connect up to the stake bit, and these are what the troopers should be holding on to tightly. They should be held up here like that, and then with that, the doom reins is what we call them. Should only be hanging quite loosely. It should only be sitting on their ring finger.
A lot of big wigs here today, guys. Notice GSM Stokes is over there. Lots of officers. Cuirasses, plumes, boots.
Again, everything should look like the nose bands here. It should all be this shiny or have a depth to it as well. And then we've got the peninsular brass on the breastplate. This all connects up to the saddle. We'll go through that in a minute. This exactly is the same as the stake brass on the stake bit. On the back there's a little brass that connects it all together. It's a little detail that a lot of people like to pick up on. And this will connect underneath and sit through the horse's front legs and connect up with the girth.
There's a naval man as well in the middle.
Connecting straps on the front of the saddle, and they, like I said, everything should look as deep as that. Again, it's the details, so any stitching that's in the sides, we want to see any sort of definition in pretty much everything, that there is no black marks on any of the brasses, and any black on the white. It's not great. So this is a Blues and Royal saddle. You can see there's quite a big difference between the two saddles. On a Blues and Royal, you don't see any of the packing straps, and it's a different shape. It's completely different size of sheepskin as well. It's, again, the connecting straps should just pull through on these rings on the breastplate, and a surcingle will sit over the top of both of the saddles, and the trooper's legs might be covering up a bit, but you'll be able to see just down the sides where it sits. The girth will connect underneath, and the surcingle will thread through these straps on either side, and on the girth we want to see that there's definitely, where it's meant to be white, it's white, where it's black, it's black.
Incredible.
It's quite difficult to get it perfect, but there are definitely ways that we can see the definition of stitching and get sort of nice waxed, or possibly even coiled. Plan on doing it this year, how to get the sides as well. It just shows that they've gone really hard with the attention to detail, and that they've gone beyond what they are expected to do, especially on the sides. That's quite difficult to get onto. We're looking at that with the brow band as well. So the stirrups are the same for both Blues and Royals and Lifeguards. They have a boss brass on the side, and it just sits either side of each saddle, and this should be sat right where their foot is, and this should be just above where their boots will go. So this should be sat just about level there, just above their tabs here. The leather should be just as good as the rest of the kit. This is the sort of depth we're looking for. We use the jack boots and tabs, spurs and chains. This is the sort of level that hopefully will be possibly even more we'll be seeing today. So there's very smooth, there's no creasing in the foot, and there's no cracking in the wax at all. The details in the stitching means that they've not put too much wax in, and they've got the right ratio to wax to leather, and we can see all the definition around the sides and on the edges. If there's any sort of dinks in it or any drip marks from any wax, they should be completely gone. This boot, you might see it on the means lifeguard, it'll get you out the gate, maybe a parade. It's not quite as good as we want it to be. There's quite a lot of creasing in the sides. It's a little bit dull, there's not too much shine to it, and there's just grey patches here and there. And any T-piece definition here, it just looks a bit dull and grey. And then obviously the inside, we want it to be nice and white on the sides. You should only hopefully be able to see about a triangle maybe on the inside, and hopefully it's not too caked. That means that it's all just cracking or it's flaking off. If it's flaking off, you'll see it on the horse because they'll have blacks that will just show up so much more. And then we've got the sword. Depending on what sword they have, so this is a queen's sword, they have different crowns on the top, and the sword knot should be nice and defined with the stitching. There's no cracking or anything like this. Should be nice and smooth, and then there's also a brass in the middle. Again, no black marks from any brasso that's been pushed onto it. It's quite hard to get any brasso off of a brass and then not for it transferring onto a white. But if they've managed to do it, it should be really good. On the inside, it should be nice and white all the way through rather than halfway up. Any knot holes in the knot should be nice and defined, and the knot should also be sat down and over through the right. It's quite, after a while you have to really think about what way you do it, and hopefully they've pushed it the right way through, and then you've got the stopper on the top as well with the hilt cover. The scabbard.
Learning so much this morning. In fact, the technical information is extraordinary.
A belt underneath, which you won't be able to see, but the sling should be slightly smaller than that. So you've got the long sling, you've got the short sling, and then the billets that connect the scabbard to the trooper. There should be no black marks on the scabbard. We tend to get what we like to call scabbard rash up and down here from off of the boots, and then the polish from the boots transferring between the scabbard and the boot. See there's a little bit there. It's quite easy to get that, but there are ways around it. The way more often than not, you'll see when people are mounting their horses, that's where the problems start to arise. Again, with the white suit, and they want it to be basically what's white is white, what's black is black, and any black marks, hopefully they've all disappeared by the time they get on top. We've got a cross belt which just sits across these cuirasses here. It's slightly different on the back for the blues and royals and for the lifeguards. The lifeguards will have slightly red inside this brass. The blues and royals won't. So just little details like that. Find the differences between the two. So we've got brasses on the end. This will just sit on their top shoulder, just slightly behind. And hopefully they've got it done up with a white thread rather than any other colour, because it then blends in. We can't see it when it's flapping around like that. Hopefully the brass at the top here hasn't moved too far up, and it's just sat nicely in the middle, and that their two pins of this brass are pointing towards their shoulder and their head. We've got the red thread in the middle, should be red on its own, and definition on the holding leather in the middle. There's little stitches, just little details like that, and then on the back as well, where the tissue box will connect on the back. Then we've got the cuirasses and scales.
Scales again.
So the scales are quite difficult to clean, and what we're looking for is that there's nothing on the inside where they're bending up, and there's nothing dead left on the inside. Any brasso that's on the sides of inside of these connecting holes as well, and anything that's on the side. It's quite easy to get off, but also it's just looking for those little definitions, especially around the nipples use of the cuirasses. There's a lot of them to sort of keep an eye on for, especially there's a lot of it on the back as well. Then you've got the cuirass strap, which just holds everything around our waist, just holds everything in. Again, the brass in the middle tends to get a line down the centre of this side of the strap, just purely the way that this brass is shaped. So if they've managed to get rid of that, that's a really
Stepping back from a moment, folks, so that I can speak without disturbing what's going on here, you will notice that, yes, we have some very senior personnel here this morning. Next to GSM Stokes, who is the very tall fellow, just second to right, third to right, is, I believe, the German defence attaché. He is one of the bigwigs that's going to be here judging the competition a little later this morning for the Elizabeth Cup. I know there are going to be 3 generals here this morning, a couple of brigadiers, I was told a few captains, German defence attaché, and a few other bigwigs. There's also a naval man. Apologies, naval folk, I don't know his rank. He's right in the middle in front of us.
We want it nice and flat. Make sure that it's at a good length for the trooper as well. If it's up high or if it's really down their shoulders, we've not really taken the time out to go and get that sorted. And then we've got the gauntlets. These are, they come up just halfway up the arm. There's a lot of stitching in these. There's quite a bit in the hands and just around the wrist and on the back as well. So if you see a lot of the stitching, they've really taken the time and gone over it with a lot of detail and care and attention, that they've gone quite deep into it to say that their hands are 7 feet in the air. And if you're able to pick that out, they've really gone all out for it. And then just onto the tunics, obviously the difference
Knowledge, this trooper's knowledge is remarkable.
Royals, and the red and one's blue. The blues and royals have got their falcon on the side, or eagle. We just don't want any black marks on the back. Where we get the cuirasses where they sit, they tend to get a black mark on the sides, especially on the lifeguards, and on their sides here as well, and just around the front, just purely because of the different colours. On the blues and royals it doesn't show up as much, but hopefully because they've managed to take all of the brasso off, it doesn't transfer onto their tunics, and it's nice and clean and precise. And then we've got finally the breeches, or buckskins. The definition on the side, I'm not sure whether they're allowed to do it this year, but I'm picking the stitching on the sides just to show the definition and detail of the legs. You will only see a third of it, and hopefully they're nice and clean. There's no black marks. They are very hard to keep clean, especially the blues and royals. Their saddle, they tend to stain the back of the breeches between the legs, so hopefully they've gone out and got some new breeches. But that should be it. I think that's everything.
Wow, she's extraordinary. Amazing.
Sorry, yeah.
Go for it, Ken.
I was just going to say, Trooper, thanks very much. You'll have heard that Trooper was the winner last year. I wonder if you might give like a 1 minute on how you found the process last year, how much time and energy you had to put into it. You talked about the actual standard of the kit. What was your experience doing it?
Gosh, she was the winner last year.
It was daunting to begin with. I got told in the December before we started, and then I got the kit in the January, and that's when I started to put everything together. And it took about a month and a bit to wax all of the horses' kit and then get everything as good as it is, or it should be, like what you see today. It was an eye opener. You find the more you look at the kit, the more you don't like it. You'll pick up on the little details, and it'll just stand out so much. Especially the jack boots and the noseband. Those will be the key points where people have put in most effort. Jack boots are an iconic symbol of the Household Cavalry, and if you can see the effort that people have put into it, you'll get a feel for how long they've put a lot of effort and how much effort they've put in. I know this year people have had quite a few issues with kit, but but hopefully they've managed to come around with it. And it teaches you discipline and it teaches you attention to detail. And as bad as maybe being a perfectionist might be, you still you strive for being the best and gaining the best results. And hopefully the horses will cooperate with them today.
That's why it's only a small amount of time per person to expect, per person and horse to expect. If we make the horse stand around for a long period, they'll start to mess around. So if we gave you an appropriate amount of time to do the inspection really thoroughly, then the horse will be jumping around all over the place, which is why it's so compressed.
Okay.
Happy, if you've got any questions, have a chance to answer. Have a look at the kit, ask any questions, study it.
So you'll see we've got some media in the room who've been told not to film whilst they're prepping at the moment, and we can cut the cameras down. 37 bits. That's what I'm asking for you.
Back shortly, folks, as you heard.
Brains are written in this room.
So again, if we stick together as a group, please.
Folks, we're back outside with remarkable fortuitous timing. Remarkable timing. It stopped raining, okay? They were discussing before that this might have to be done inside, okay? Nobody wanted it to be done inside, but obviously this couldn't be done outside if it's absolutely chucking it down. Extraordinary timing, really extraordinary timing, how we went from rain and drizzle and a general grey morning. Not quite sunshine, but it's trying, guys, it's really trying. I think there's a good chance it's going to be a sunny one for them. Look at this, guys. Scenes we've never seen before. Let's see. Blues and Royals, lifeguard, Blues and Royals, lifeguard. And on the other side, the reverse. Lifeguard, Blues and Royals, lifeguard, Blues and Royals. Including some very, very famous faces here this morning. Is it okay to walk along the centre? Yeah. Okay. Wow. Look at it. Sorry.
Move down the front rank and then come back up the middle.
Okay, so we're going behind, makes sense, behind the horses. Oh, Trooper just got nipped. This little cheeky devil, look. Now, who's this cheeky horse that was just nipping the Trooper? Look at how much work is going into the prep of these horses, guys. Look at it. You wouldn't believe it, would you? How many hands have we got on the horse? More than a typical morning at horse guards. Difference being, of course, the horses know the troopers. An absolute beauty, this one. I will try in a moment to find out which horse it is. Extraordinary. And you're going to see a lot of our very, 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 very popular troopers, guys, without their helmets this morning. You might recognise a few familiar faces. A couple that I recognise already. Very careful, lots of other people here filming. Look at this beauty. I need to be careful with the light this morning. Let me ask, in fact, the farrier. He's wandered off 1 second, everybody. I would try, if I can, to find out the horses that we're looking at that are taking part in today's competition. Some of the horses are a little bit cloppy. Trooper, can I ask you which two horses are taking part this morning? The two that we have here.
Say again, sorry?
The two horses, which two do we have here?
I don't know the horses' names, I'm just a sub, I come to check.
Okay. Better to ask farrier or?
If you just ask the individual what horses they're on, they'll be able to tell you.
They're okay then?
Yeah.
Okay, lovely, thank you.
Well, ask them, they'll be able to tell you.
Alright, thank you.
Can you just get out of the way, please?
Making room for the horses. Oh, almost walked into somebody's tripod behind me. Goodness me, it's extraordinary. I will walk around a little teeny bit, guys. Being careful of it to stay back behind. So much going on here. It's just wow. So I've been told I can ask the troopers. Oh, hold on a second. We recognise a very, very famous Blues and Royals face here. He was down with Monty a little bit earlier. and he's now up here with Monty. We're about 8 minutes, folks, until they need to be completely ready. Ah, another very famous face here. Lady Trooper on the horse. Asking you how they mount the larger horses, guys. There's your answer. Extraordinary. Look at this. If I stand right back and we can see right across the yard. I'm being super careful, guys, not to get in the way. We've got Guardian Press here, PA, lots of other news and media outlets, so I need to be kind of careful about where I'm allowed to go, but also not getting no one else's pictures. Just happy it's outside, actually. It makes a big difference. Very, very hot inside as well, especially as you're up and down the stairs all the time in the barracks. Yeah, probably did 20k steps already this morning, and it feels good. I've noticed actually that how many have we got here? 1, 2, I think we've got 12 in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 from the Blues and Royals and 6 from the Lifeguards would make sense, of which 2 of the troopers are female lifeguard, female Blues and Royals, apologies. Both of whom we recognise from King's Guard duty at Horse Guards. First one being over there, and the second lady trooper at the back. Monty's being a cheeky little rascal as usual. Unsurprisingly. 4 minutes, folks, until they have to be completely prepared. Notice the officers are all dashing around, making sure at the last moment everything is ready. Notice the officer walking over there behind the horse is a major. The fellow we were talking with a little bit earlier, who's been showing us around, say he's a captain. Let me see, everybody, if I can get you some names. Just a moment. Sorry to bother you, Farah. The name of the horse, this one?
Vito, who have we got? Lancelot.
Lancelot, thank you so much. Lancelot. So Lancelot we've got here, looking magnificent, with the lifeguard trooper. Sword being handed up very carefully. Better at this end, actually. The light is better, isn't it, if I'm at this spot. 3 minutes, folks. Only got 3 minutes, and then it is all systems go. Helmets going on. Gauntlets. In fact, some of the troopers still haven't got their gauntlets on. Oh, the trooper's got a bit of the plume, as the officer just said, stuck under his helmet. That's it, he's got it. The prep, guys, the level of prep is extraordinary, isn't it? There's so much going on so quickly that somebody even left their boots here on the ground. Remarkable, eh? Just when you think you've seen it all at Horse Guards. And breakfast is arriving. Look, the troopers in the distance are heaving breakfast up the ramp. Special delivery. Equine Deliveroo, folks. 2 minutes, good lord, no stress, no pressure. 2 minutes, 2 minutes. This is the biggest event, in fact, for the troopers and the horses since the state opening of Parliament. That was the last big ceremonial, and obviously before that the coronation. This morning we've got prep and judging for the Elizabeth Cup. 2 minutes, the Corporal of Horse is saying. Magnificent, really magnificent. Thank you. Wow. What a sight, eh, folks?
If you just stay, we'll just give them the room they deserve now to get ready and last bits of preparations.
60 seconds, everybody, also.
Real team effort.
Lots of smiles, though, actually, despite the huge amount of pressure that not only the troopers but also the officers are under. Don't forget we've got Blues and Royals, lifeguards, etc. Oh, here we go, clearing the square.
Work is done. Disappear.
Riding crop at the ready. For anyone that misbehaves, he's ready.
1 minute. Start disappearing.
There it is. Notice all the farriers and troopers that are not taking part are now flooding back over into the stable area. A few left here, but wow. Exceedingly chaotic parade ground is now looking very formal indeed, isn't it? I'm just looking, in fact, at pips and all sorts. I'm pretty sure the tall fellow in front of us going over here is a major. 2 lieutenants and I think a captain just in front. Fellow here inspecting the horse is also a major. This is a huge lifeguard horse, who I believe Troop Mixer was Lancelot. Doesn't want to stand still this morning. And they're going to need about 100 troopers to make him stand still if he doesn't want to. Love to know which of the Blues horses are involved, but I can't get close enough, guys, to be grabbing the hoof numbers this morning. So we've got 6 Blues horses here. Obviously we know that Monty's involved this morning because we recognise the trooper. We were speaking to the trooper here. I had no idea he was actually taking part in today's judging as well. So I'm way back now, pretty much against the wall. I've just noticed actually there is an elevated spot I can get into behind. I was thinking about the light, probably a little bit dingy up there now comparatively. Yeah. Okay, right.
Slope everywhere. Slope everywhere. Jeffrey.
That's a very good question. The honest answer is I have no idea. I noticed the guy's hovering. I wonder if he's opening the gate, but I'm not sure where they go if they were going to go. I think it'll happen here. You're worried about having to lug the tripod around.
Well, I was just like, yeah.
There was a lot of walking up and down staircases, wasn't there?
Yeah, I'm used to it now.
Yeah.
This is the beginning.
Yeah? Good.
Way back there. In the centre. I think the fellow that just appeared is a brigadier. From the judges, everybody. We saw them before gathered in the officers' mess.
Judges, you now have 1 minute to read the bios.
Those of you watching this, I know a lot of you watching this, I'd be thinking, hold on a second, the Blues are going to have it. We don't know, guys. I can tell you, the trooper that was giving the presentation, explaining through the process of how the kit was prepared before, the previous winner, she's a lifeguard. So maybe that she will be for the Blues, we'll see.
You now have 5 minutes to start the inspection.
I had no idea there'd be a band as well, actually. Wow.
Can I ask you, the officer here, Brigadier?
No, he's a general.
General?
Yeah.
Is he the most senior officer here
He
today?
is, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Wow, general, folks. It's my guess he was a brigadier, but no, he is a general. That's confirmed. I think he's actually the most senior officer we've ever had on film at any location in London. General, inspecting the lifeguards. Okay, we might shortly get a super close-up of one of the inspections. Tell the pressure gone down a little teeny bit, because now it is what it is. They've done their absolute best. Every single trooper obviously has worked exceedingly hard, as we heard at the beginning, I think 6 o'clock this morning, to get the kit and the horse to this level of perfection, this extremely high standard that we all know is expected of the Household Cavalry Mounted Regiment. But yeah, I can definitely tell. A lot of smiles, officers behind me are chatting and so on. Pressure level has gone down a teeny bit. And whoever does win this today, out of the 12 troopers here, will be meeting the King in May. No pressure. I'm actually glad that I'm in this spot, guys, because would you believe it started to drizzle again. Luckily it's not raining. It's not going to sort of completely dampen the proceedings here, but yeah, a little bit of drizzle. Horses are taking it well. None of them are kicking off, actually, to be honest. They're very, very well behaved this morning.
2 minutes remaining.
some of the people that are filming this morning brought some very heavy kit on tripods. I don't think everybody realised that there'd be so much up and down of stairs. This barracks is a warren of staircases, so many levels, and yeah, for needing to carry that exceedingly heavy kit she had, I take my hat off to her. I'm portable, mobile guys like usual at Horse Guards. I didn't take any specific equipment. I thought about it, but then I thought, you know what? When I looked out the window this morning, it was so mushy. I thought, nah, it's not worth risking it for many reasons. Not least the fact that I wouldn't be able to film if it rained with the other kit. The last 60 seconds, as you just heard. No pressure on this trooper, folks. He is being inspected by the general. What's that noises that we can hear coming from the block over there? Nobody's playing an instrument now. Very curious sound. Really hoping for the troopers that the sunshine would come out at the last moment.
Judges, now it's time to move on to the next competitor. You now have 1 minute to meet the fighters.
One of the horses, one second, I'm not sure why he's being taken around. Horse at the back, Blues and Royals horse at the back. I hope it's not going to rain any more heavily because the horse is already starting to get a teeny weeny bit restless.
Judges, you now have 5 minutes. Start your inspection.
I don't recognise everybody, the uniform of the officer here. If anyone does, please let me know. This is a new one to me. Especially the trousers, green with it's like a lime coloured stripe. Being very well behaved, aren't they? I thought one of them was, at least one of them would kick off, but they're being very well behaved. Monty, everybody. The troop is now being inspected, or Trooper Monty is being inspected by the German Defence Attaché, I believe he is. German Defence Minister or Defence Attaché in London. Oh, he's a brigadier. Oh, he's a brigadier.
But he's the defence attaché for the Germans.
Do you know the fellow here, in fact? I was just wondering about him. I've never seen his trousers before. Do you know where this chap is from? British Army? Yeah? Wow. Okay, so dragoons, everybody. I didn't know. I've never seen that uniform before. Missing those magnificent drum horses that we saw earlier. So glad we got to see them. Well, I'm going to do everybody as well. I'm not sure exactly what this morning's sequence of events is. Army are being coy, understandably. So I'm going to finish this video now. Depending on what I can film and where, there might well be a part 2. We will see. But wow, we saw a lot, didn't we? In fact, watching the briefing was a real privilege to be that close to senior military staff. Plus, seeing a lot of very, very famous and familiar troopers in the stables, in their camos. I'm genuinely surprised that they were able to change and mount up and get ready so quickly. In less than 1 hour from camos, we saw the trooper on Montgomery is completely magnificently presented, complete with cuirasses, etc. I just remembered actually, it's the first time we've seen the troopers in cuirasses without the winter order, the cloaks, since the end of last year. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to see this until April, but here we are. So folks, I hope you enjoyed this morning's privileged access. This all came as a bit of a surprise to me when you found out about it yesterday. And of course I dashed down here this morning, couldn't miss the opportunity. If there is going to be a part 2, I'll make a note of it once this part has been uploaded. Hey, part 2 to follow. Folks, as ever, bye for now.